Welcome to another edition of Coffee and Beats. I am your musical barista, Rod the Magnificent. And today's episode, we have a special list in store for you.
It's List Week.
Yes, I'm going to be giving you Rod the Magnif's Coffee and Beats first installment of his top 25 albums of 2021. But first, hit that subscribe button, support the YouTube channel, hit the like, hit the bell, share with a friend. I'm sure they would love to hear this. Also, I want to add that there are some honorable mentions that I have in store for you as well, and they are down low in the description. If I got some albums in my top 25 that are not in there, they might be in the honorable mentions list. But if it's not down there, I apologize.
Next year.
This is the moment that you all been waiting for, so we're gonna get right into our list. Before I go into the top 10, I'm just gonna ramble off the first 15, and then when I get to the top 10, I'll give a more explanation as to why those albums made my top 10 list. And at number 25, we have Lil Ugly Mane, Volcanic Bird, Enemy, and The Voice Concern. And I'm sure you're looking at this album cover like, Rodney, why do you got this weird album as number 25 on your list? Well, I think it's pretty good. This is an alternative album with some good vocals, some good production, very straightforward, touching on the topics of depression and going through tough times during the pandemic. Check out the song Benadryl Submarine. I think that's a good track, one of my favorite tracks of the year. But hey, I think you'll enjoy this project. It's not for everybody, but I really enjoyed it. At number 24, we got Jazz is Dead, Volume 8, featuring Brian Jackson, who's a pianist, and he collaborates with Adrian Young with another, and Ali Shaheed with another jazz-filled project, and this one is enjoyable from front to back. At number 23, we got Miguel Miggs with Shaping Visions, and if you're a fan of neo house music such as Lovesick, Gail, Aya, Lisa Shaw, you will really like this project. One of my favorite albums of 2021. He gave you that signature nostalgic Miguel Miggs sound, and I'm sure you will appreciate this one. If you're a fan of neo house, this is definitely one of the best electronic albums of the year. Up next, we got DJ Harrison, Tales from the Old Dominion, and if you're a fan of Jay Dilla, a fan of Black Milk, you'll really enjoy this project. Very dusty, boom bap, hip-hop instrumentals on this one. A few vocal guests on here as well, but I really enjoyed this project. DJ Harrison never ceased to amaze me, and he's really quickly becoming one of my favorite producers out there in the game right now. At number 21, we got Jameson with Heals Me. Good, smooth R&B done the right way. Very good production. Sonically, this sounds amazing. His voice, his vocals are just so soothing to listen to. Fellas, if you want an album to impress your significant other, this is the go-to album for you. Up next, we got Rochelle Jordan with Play With The Changes, and this is a very good dance/electronic record. Very good vocals on here as well. It's just a fun album to listen to if you want to listen to something that's a little bit more up-tempo, something to exercise to. This is the perfect album for you to work off that
pandemic weight.
At number 19, we got Sam Wills, Breathe. And shout out to Audio Kid. He recommended this project to me and I was blown away by it. I really enjoyed the smooth, mellow vocals from Sam Wills. I like the smooth production from Sam as well. This one crossed every T and dotted every I as to what I'm looking for when it comes to a smooth R&B soul album. Give this one a listen. Sam Wills, keep bringing that heat, man.
Keep bringing that heat.
At number 18, we got Madlib, Sound Ancestors. Great instrumental album. Not much more I can say, man. It's Madlib, man. If you haven't heard this project, give this one a shot. At number 17, we got Mac Ayers with Magic 8 Ball, and this album I was able to listen to at the beginning of the year. He released it at the very beginning of the year, and it would be easy to overlook this album, take it the long 2021 we've had with all the COVID stuff going on and people going back to work and people being distracted. But hey, Mac Ayers stayed in my rotation all year long. I really like this project. He was talking about some of the struggles that he was going through relationship-wise. Mac Ayers never ceased to disappoint. At number 16, we got Zoe and Tall Black Guy with Abstractions. If you're a fan of groups like Foreign Exchange, artists like Dwelly, Raheem DeVaughn, Darian Brockington, who also features on this album, along with Fonte from Little Brother. Good soul music. This was the very first album that I reviewed on Coffee and Beats, so I'm honored to have this one make my top 25. At number 15, we got Buddha Monk and Jay LaMotta with Searching Skies, and this album kind of got stomped on by all the Adele anticipation because it came out around the same time, but it streamed pretty well according to the numbers, and this was a surprise for me. I didn't see this one coming. Buddha Monk, who is one of my personal favorite producers, came out with a very melodic album. Jay LaMotta, if you want to compare her sound, I would say Emile LaRue, Vinia Mojica. If you like your R&B more laid back, but also with a hip-hop twist, check this one out. At number 14, we got Crumb with Ice Melt, and this band is so creative. I love the innovation of this band. Their videos are so creative. The way they take you on twists and turns with some of the production, along with her monotone vocals. I really enjoyed this project. Watch out for Crumb, the band. They are gonna be making a lot of noise, mark my word. At number 13, Hiatus Coyote with Mood Valiant. I really thoroughly enjoyed this project as well. After their release of Choose Your Weapon, they come back with Mood Valiant with more solid production, great lyricism, weirder topic. At number 12, we got Bad Bad Not Good with Talk Memory. Great instrumental project. You will get all you need out of this project. They could take a different route. They don't go the hip-hop route like they usually do. This is more orchestrated. This is like if you're going to the opera and you're just listening to some soothing music and you're just appreciating the instrumentation of the delivery from each member of the band. Take a listen. You won't regret it. And at number 11, we got Kiefer with Between Days. I reviewed his album earlier this year in my first season, and I still enjoy this project. Very enjoyable. You can play this in front of anybody and they'll enjoy it. So Kiefer, if you haven't heard of him, go backtrack, listen to some of his old records, and I think you'll really enjoy that as well. Kiefer, keep bringing that heat, man. Keep bringing that heat. And now we've reached to our top 10. And at number 10, we got Silk Sonic and Evening with Silk Sonic. Don't try to hate on this project. Just because it's not original don't mean it's not good. There's nothing you can do to hate on this album except the fact that it's not that long.
Maybe 777 wasn't that good?
Other than that, this album, it rocks. Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak can perform this album for years to come. They've done something amazing. It cannot be ignored. And Silk Sonic, thank you for finally dropping
the album.
At number 9, we got Snow Allegra with Temporary Highs in the Violet Skies. And tell y'all one thing before I get my belt. If y'all keep ignoring this album as one of the best R&B albums of 2021,
y'all need a whooping.
Snow Allegra is a fantastic vocalist. Everything about this album is fantastic. The production is fantastic. Now, you can debate whether this is her best out of her collections. Snow Allegra never seems to disappoint, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed with this particular record. If you haven't heard it yet, you've done your top 10 R&B albums already, go back and substitute this album with whatever's on your list, because if you don't,
I got my belt sitting right there. Right.
At number 8, we got Black Coffee with Subconsciously, and this is hands down simply just the best electronic album of the year.
Period.
At number 7, we got Cleo Soul with Mother, and her music touches the soul. I see why she called herself Cleo Soul. This project has everything from great production, great singing, great topics. I love the concept of this album. Please, if you haven't listen to this, I think this is one of the best R&B albums of the year. Check it out. At number 6, we got Little Sims.
Girl,
and This album touches on a lot of things with her personality, all the way to her relationship or non-existing relationship with her father. Also touching on some of the things that she's gone through in her country, in Africa. Good MCing, great production. And the last leg of the album, I really appreciate the Afrocentric tone that she put on this particular project. At number 5, we got Abstract Mind State with Dream Still Inspired. Abstract Mind State. If you want old Kanye back, this is the album. Enjoy.
This is all you're gonna get.
Because he's not coming back, guys. He's not coming back. This is old Kanye. Thank me later. At number 4, we got Salt 9. I'm in love with this group. They are continuing to be anonymous as a group, but Cleo Soul features on a lot of these songs, educating you on some of the struggles that they're going through in the UK. And this is a very good project. If you have not listened to it, you probably won't be able to listen to it because it's no longer available. It was only on the market for 99 days. But since you guys were sleeping, they're going to punish you by
taking it off the shelves.
If you need a copy of this album, feel free to reach out to your boy. I'll send it to you. Excellent project. I enjoy it. You'll enjoy it too. At number 3, we got Brain Story with Ripe. And I appreciated this album. It's a short listen, great production, great singing, short and simple. They get in, they get out, they do their damage. They damaged me enough for me to give it a
10 out of 10.
And yes, it didn't make number 1 on my list because I didn't go back to it as much as I've done my final 2 albums on my top 25 list, and that is none other. At number 2, we got Men I Trust, the Untourable album. And the reason why it's called Untourable is because of the pandemic. They can't tour with this album. They're stuck. This is the perfect pandemic record. If you got kids and they're running around just causing all types of drama, all types of ruckus, hey, if you're working from home and your boss is getting on your nerves and you got all these Zoom meetings and you're just Zoom fatigued out, this is the perfect project to ease your mind, to massage your brain, and just tell you that, hey,
it's okay. It's okay.
Men I Trust is one of the smoothest albums I've listened to in a long time. From the production to the smooth, mellow, angelic vocals. Check it out if you haven't gotten a chance. Men I Trust is one of my favorite albums of the year. Might be my favorite album from them as a group, and one of my favorite albums of 2021, but not more than my final album. At number 1, we have none other than Stimulator Jones' Low Budget Environment Striving for Perfection. Perfect boom bap album if you're into those boom bap beats.
Like myself.
Stimulator Jones is the one for you. This was definitely a surprise, a different direction he went with this particular project. He went all instrumental on us. There is not one bad track on this album. Every song on here is a easy listen. There are great samples all over the place. Do yourself a favor, if you haven't listened to this album, I don't care if you're not into instrumental albums, you will really enjoy this project as much as I did, and that is why this is number 1 on my list. He was also my top Spotify Unwrapped artist of the year list, so it was only right that I made him number 1 because, hey, Spotify told me I've been listening to Stimulator Jones more than anything this year, and it's only fair that I made it the number 1 album of 2021. So bam,
there you have it.
Thank you again for choosing Coffee and Beats. I am your musical barista, Rod the Magnificent. Check out the podcast, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is the final episode of season 2. I will be taking a break and then I'll be back for season 3 better than ever with new coffee recommendations and new album recommendations. And when it comes to music, when it comes to coffee, and when it comes to top 25 lists, stay grounded for life. I will see you next season. Peace.
Watch your operator. Just leap back already in the car. See?